Hey everybody, it's the Last Robokai here, and it is time for the finale of the Yagyu Sword Chronicles in Fate Samurai Remnant. We have what we think is our perpetrator. It is a ghost who does not like Munenori very much, and he seems to have led Kukunoshin along by the nose and then killed him. It's really hard to say. I don't think we are at the end of this case quite yet. And joining me in trying to solve this mystery is Cool Guy.
Yeah, the way you just presented that made me realize this is a rejected Scooby-Doo script.
I mean, look, I'm not going to say that, Saber is a complete fusion of Shaggy and Scooby.
I'm thinking it really hard right now.
Definitely feels like it. I guess we'll just have to see what happens when we get our little final piece of information and everything clicks into place. So let's get stuck straight in. We're returning to where it all began. Well, actually, it all began in a way.
Murderers returning to the scene of the crime, then.
No, not even that. We're actually just returning to Iori's house.
Oh, alright.
He's hanging out in, like, the lot just outside Iori's house. Damn, it really is haunted.
Iori has the least secure, like frickin' fortress of anybody I've ever seen. Everybody knows where he lives, and he doesn't even have like an alarm set up. People just sort of come in and scream at his front door all the fucking time.
Well, he wanted it that way.
I don't think he actually did. I think he got backed into that.
Munenori 殿と対峙するため格之進殿に組みしたと
すべて我が宿願を果たすためいずこの誰が死のうと生きようと構わぬ
And ghosts, they're like dogs. Nothing they do
gonna
makes any
show
sense.
them online.
死者が写しをにて何を示すか示すとも極めし我が剣が何より勝ると
Or show them after death or something. I don't know, he's a nerd, alright? Like, this is fucking nerd.
Sword nerds.
Sword nerd.
ならば来い
イオリ殿、奴の御霊を鎮め、こたびの騒ぎに幕を引こうぞ。
なあ
覚悟は良いな、兵庫之助。新影流三世何するものぞ。貴殿の剣、英語拙者に。
I know, it's really a long sword, like.
I mean, yeah, that sword is about as long as Munenori is. Whatever.
Certainly does imply that the Odachi thing is linked to him. Damn, he's brought all of his assailanators.
I suppose it's only fair because Munenori brought Iori and Saber.
Oh. The end.
I'm sure you thought they were going to be relevant.
There we go.
Wow. Yeah, seriously, all of the trash just fucking evaporated. Brilliant. Well, that's at least appropriate to the sword style. You more or less ended it in the EI strike.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine a ghost, no matter how vengeful, is going to be able to match, like, 2 servants.
まったく手のかかる老いを持ったもの。二方とも相すまぬが。
徳追うぞ、イオリ。
ああ、行こ
それ、私も一緒に行っていいかしら。
3 servants then.
ほ
The final piece of the puzzle.
う。
Yeah.
師匠。何故ここに。
問わずともよし。きっとあなたの想像通りだと思いますので。
辻斬りを追ってここへ来たと。
イエス。愛弟子が着せられたわ
Okay.
ね。
It's amazing that she just used the English yes, but they translated it as bingo. Alright.
心遣い。
I think mostly just to accentuate it that it is not a normal word for all of the
Yeah.
people there.
疑問もいささか。
ありゃ、ありますか、疑問。
いささか。
はっきり言わぬか、イオリ。品川でのあれは。
Why did you try and pop me?
What indeed?
そこはそれ。行き詰まった捜査に鬱憤が溜まっていて。何にせよ、すっきりしたので、ここにたどり着くことができました。
Berserker origin. I just had to throw it down. Like I was like that one Dexter dude from that one friggin' TV series. I hadn't fought in 60 seconds, so I was just going all
我
buggo.
が師。二天一流階層。宮本武蔵その人だ。
うほう。武蔵。新面武蔵か。女性の姿形とはまた。
ちょっぴり異なる世界から訪れた男の武蔵ならざる女武蔵。そんなところです。はじめまして。麗しくも恐ろしき剣士殿。どこのどなたかお尋ねしても。
無論。
Easy to forget the whole "shouldn't you know me" thing when Musashi's time was very much before Yagyu-no-Munenori's.
私が先に名乗って正解よ。そっか、Yagyu-Munenoriか。そりゃ、こういう縁もありますか。
師匠。
いいえ。
Oh, it's nothing. God bless it. Of course.
Well, let's just say this is another part of the Shimosa tale I have yet to tell.
今はイオリ君の汚名を晴らすのが先なのです。じゃあまたね。
師匠。言ってしまわれた。
やれやれ、慌ただしいな。我らも行くぞ。
Yeah, we have a ghost to bust.
あれは少なからず手傷を負った。そう遠くへは逃げられまい。色濃く残る魔力の後を追えばすぐさま追いつこ
Oh, he'll have picked himself a nice little place to hide out, so we make our way there. I don't even remember if we get jumped by monsters along the way, but that just seems to be part of the cut. Yeah.
It is absolutely. Like, I don't know if we're going to get jumped. Are you walking more than 5 feet? Then yes, you're going to get jumped.
It's usually how it goes when we're trying to get from place to place in Fate Samurai Remnant.
Like, seriously, like it's about that far. You know, you go through one like 5-foot hallway, and then if you don't see some kind of enemy, something is wrong, and you're about to get jumped.
Speaking of something being wrong, if we're just air dogging there for a second. Saber picked it up.
It's all right. The dog got pet. That was the important part. It's like, yes, it's a little bit like the design of Mass Effect 2, insofar as like Mass Effect 2 is like a great game to go shooting in or whatever, but there's never any mystery on exactly what's going to happen. If you walk into a room and there's a number of chest-high walls around, you can pretty much immediately start trying to figure out a tactical game plan. Other than that, like if you walk into any room and there's no chest-high walls around, you're safe, completely safe. Not like the sun will explode before anything happens in there.
Such a funny little bit of design. Like, I can totally understand why, because that's basically all the game is built around, but it's just so funny that it's just like, well, here's the talking bit, and here's the fighting bit. We know because we've arranged it. We've arranged all the chairs to the right feng shui.
It feels a little bad, simply because it's a little bit like seeing a joke coming in a comedy or in a stand-up act, like 15 seconds before the comedian actually delivers it. But by the same token, I'm not certain it needs fixing, because signposting is not really a terrible thing in video games.
Yeah, Toshiyoshi's not ready to stop, but here she is.
尾張徳川家の剣術指南役柳生と柳兵庫之助殿。
師匠は
その二頭貴様もしやし
Well, at least introductions aren't necessary.
いかにも見慣れぬ姿でしょうが、それはもうそういうものってこと。
It's alright. I'm pretty sure,
修練の末に
you know, our Owari friend wasn't that tall and demonic looking when he was alive too.
けれど、我が愛弟子に罪を着せるつもりなら、こちらにも考えがあるというもの。そうよね。
This is more firepower than we've had aligned against any one target in the entire game. Like, even the final boss, we didn't have this much firepower directly involved here.
新影流極めるべく全てを捧げし者として柳生田島の神宗則誰より妬み憎み続け終生創世を追い続けた無二の剣士を
Munenori's biggest hater.
Haters said I couldn't do it, and they were right. Actually, good call by the haters.
Yeah. Died, still couldn't do it. Grew as much hair as I could, still can't do it.
兵庫之助そうでなくては抜く意味もないかかってまいれ柳生俊義うちにくすぶる介護もろとも切り捨ててくれようぞ
Look at 3 servants.
Yep, we're going all in.
Sure.
I mean, we did have a period of time where we had quite a lot of firepower on the same level, and it was during the fight with Dorothy's, you know, forces on her boat.
Oh yeah.
We had Sho and Musashi, and we also had Zheng along for the ride as well. So we were actually slightly better armed. Ooh, that's a nice
It's
game.
at least the same ballpark, though. I was immediately thinking of like the final boss, and you're like you had a lot of help leading up to the engagements with the final boss. But when it came right down to it, it was still just you and Saber.
Technically, just Saber.
Yeah, true.
Oh, he's bringing out some more assailants.
Guess they spawned in when he entered his second phase.
Yeah.
Whoa! Okay.
All right, you guys are getting the snake, the water snake.
Okay then. A little over leveled for this one then.
Just a bit. Just a smidge.
Suppose that's what happens when you do all of the other content first. This is supposed to like generally be like mid-game-ish content, right? Yeah, all right.
どうやら勝負あったようだ。よく戦った兵庫之助。なかなかどうして楽しめた。
Well, I'm sure that feels great to him.
こたびはここまでだ。特成仏。
The entire I really hate you looking down on me and standing over me. Me looking down on you and standing over you. Literally in both cases.
いかがなされた武蔵殿。
ええ、三文芝居はもう結構。普段の辻斬り正体見たり。
Huh.
観念なさい。
Process of elimination.
師匠それは
Saber.
いおりくん、君も分かっているでしょう。彼をずっと近くで見ていた君ですもの。いおり、
剣でなくまず琴の葉でもって貴殿に伝える比例を許してほしい。
Like a backhanded request if I've ever seen one.
宗則殿、上野にて貴殿と初めてまみえしとき、こちらに振るう早く鋭きその刃が、こちらに笑み柔和に細まるその瞳が、宗則殿が水面に映る月影に見えた。目には見えるがつかめない、常に揺らめく光がその輪郭を捉えさせ
Boy,
る。
that sure is a lot of words to butter
故
him
に
up.
貴殿という人を知りたいと、剣士として理解すべきだと本能で悟った。たとえいかに怪しかろうとも、いや誰より怪しいからこそ。ひとときなりとも共に歩むことで、俺は貴殿のすべてを捉えようとした。だができなかった。いくら手を伸ばせど揺れる月影はつかめない。月影の奥に隠されたまだ見ぬ正体があるのだと、そう考えてしまうほどに。故に宗則殿、俺は貴殿をいささかなりとも信じていない。
いおり、
先ほど貴殿を捕らえられないと言ったが、ただ一つだけつかめた感覚がある。貴殿、見定めていただろう。思い描く結末に俺がたどり着くか否か。時にこちらの思考を確かめながら、時に強引な手招きで導きながら、傍らから常に俺たちを試していたな。そして今この時、貴殿と再び対するこの時、この結末こそが何より望んだものではないか。宗則殿、貴殿は何故
見事なり、宮本伊織。
こやつらなぜ。
伊織殿、慶願をたたえ ここに我が神名を明かさん。我が名は柳生宗則。だが江戸柳生田島の神の宗則にあらず。我こそは畜生道をこそ行く影の柳生。その具現
Which is a hell of a sentence to utter.
So, Yagyu-Munenori altar, then, in the parlance of this game.
影の
Yes. Probably
Okay,
the easiest way to
cool.
put it.
いかにも田島の神でなかりせば当主の責務なかりせば
Essentially, the idea of a Munenori who did not become the, the Tokugawa's sword trainer, and instead had become someone more suited to being a agent for the Tokugawa.
影にて正義を成したもの野因をかける人軍の総帥それこそが拙者
Which is also something that's like often been done as a sort of a story about the Yagyu. Jubei in particular has a lot of stories claiming that the reason why he was expelled from the court was so he could wander the lands as a secret agent.
Yeah, they're like
宝具は皆の
that sort of story has a very long history, especially in like coming from the Sentoku and the Sekigahara period, where like a lot of the officials that they talk about with being corrupt officials and so forth.
影になせ
A lot of them were just absolutely corrupt, just out there for a buck, whatever. But a lot of them were simply just more willing to bend the rules for their lords than normal. It's just like, hey, as your employer, I know that such and such has loyalties to a neighboring daimyo. Do we have proof of that? No. Okay. Good enough for me. So, like the
だが
the official in that case trumps up charges, harasses the target until they pop and lash out and just have the slightest frickin' official justification to take him down.
If you do not have the evidence, then make the evidence.
Yeah, like just mess with people until you can manufacture evidence. Then after somebody's dead, you just give them the most angry and blustering explanation you can, and then you move on. That's just a secret agent with a different coating of paint.
But yeah, so basically the noble phantasm itself was responding to the Yagyu line, the concept of the Yagyu as the shadow protectors, and so for that reason, our fella here was actually able to also subvert it. So he wasn't the killer; he was tracking Munenori.
Right.
Damn, the ghost is innocent. So technically,
I was
he did
making
kill some
jokes
soldiers.
after the intro that if we want to continue this logical line that Saber is Shaggy and Scooby, I propose that Munenori would be Fred in this case, and I still think that's appropriate because a little bit like all of the jokes about Jessica Fletcher on Murder, She Wrote. I fucking guarantee you that Fred has seen all of these dumbass ghosts and just been like, man, just once I want to be on the other side of the mask. I guarantee you that dude has been like that.
I don't know. The man enjoys putting Scooby and Shaggy in danger too much.
Yeah, exactly. Just like, let's split up. You guys go to the deepest, darkest area. Well, I'll take the two girls and fuck around somewhere on, the main floor near the door. Something goes wrong. Like I'm just like 10 feet away from the van's door.
拙者も習っていたわからぬ顔だな セイバー殿、天に生来の己がなさぬことをなす。三吉のごとく、いずこかの世でし合った天元の花のごとく。
He remembers Shimosa, which means that, to a degree, he is the Yagyu-Munenori who betrayed everybody and essentially had been part of the evil Swordsmaster plan to plunge the entirety of Japan into a blood-soaked orgy of destruction. And this was because he fought against Musashi, as I said, and when she was teleported away, he felt something awaken inside of him. Essentially, the same sort of problem we see Iori facing in his travels. Essentially, being part of a peaceful age, but having had that taste.
Taste of action.
And yes, Toshiyoshi can't really get his satisfaction because this is not the Munenori that he raged against. This is a conceptual Munenori from a completely different dimension. So he's not wholly the evil Munenori from Shimosa. I'd say it's just part of his composition, since that fellow was indeed someone acting in subversion.
Nah, just pick and choose which concepts are most interesting at the time. I can genuinely get behind that.
貴殿らも内なる衝動の求めるままに処刑に身を委ねる。
That's kind of why when Musashi realized who it was, she was like, okay. She's like,
Now
yep.
we're going to do this.
It's like this. The final piece clicks into place. I know this guy, and I know what this guy is.
余すことなく見舞おうぞ。
ま、そうよね。こういうわけだから、セイバー君、ここは私たちに任せて。だが、武蔵。
Yeah, I was gonna say, Saber's gonna hate that.
イオリ君もすっかりその気みたいだし、私としても彼は切っても切れぬ愛縁起縁。こんな気逃すだなんてとんでもない。剣士には剣士の譲れぬ矜持があるのです。
俺からも頼む、セイバー。
It's all very
一
dramatic.
連の騒動に真に幕を引くためにも、この一戦避けて通れるべくもない。何より師匠の言う通り、剣士の矜持にかけて戦わぬわけにいかないんだ。
Saber just goes and finds like a giant bowl of Chonko stew. Like, all right, fine, I'll back off, but I'm just gonna anger eat my way through this.
存分に戦ってくるがよい。死ぬなよ、ミオリ。
They give you a chance to go get yourself ready for the fight if you want.
良い目をするものだ。
But I don't need to do that.
上野でまみえた時と寸分たが。
I like the flamethrower sound on the Odachi over there.
あの胸のりは俺が追い求め焦がれたおじの上ではない。されども奴が奴としてあらねば。
Yeah, this is kind of like the weirdest series of chain summonings. Munenori's likely appeared because of his relationship to Musashi. Toshiyoshi has likely appeared drawn to the place because of his relationship to Munenori. Probably wouldn't have been able to do it if it wasn't for the waxing moon ritual.
覚悟と支度は十分かしら。
Again, like I see it as just like this is an incredibly convenient
行きましょうか。
series of events, and it's really contrived. Also, I don't care. This is a fun story. Shut up.
宗則殿
Narrative contrivance causing all sorts of shenanigans is basically a Fate staple.
Yeah.
Like you kind of expect it, and holy shit, the next scenario is going to be a whole lot of like things lining up to cause catastrophe, so it's gonna be pretty good.
秘伝とし合える時を鬼のごとき剣気を味わう時を待ち焦がれていたぞ。
あなたもずいぶん気が長いったら、試合たいならさっさと襲えばいいものを。
そうもいかぬ。浴びた剣気が父においてたまさか発せられたこともあろう。
故に共に歩む中で確かめようとしたと。叔父上らしい周到さだ。
まったくです。天意無法には程遠いんじゃないかしら。側だけの真似になってるってことは、あなたが一番よくわかってるでしょうけど。
これはしたり。だがこれでよかったのだ。この歩みあればこそ伊織殿の主たる貴殿といいな、焦がれし無二の好敵手ともこうして再び対せたの。
Yep.
そうね。
She definitely won the rematch. So they're kind of technically
Historically,
one,
they
one
didn't
one.
have a whole. They didn't run into each other though, right?
Yeah.
Or am I mistaken?
その息
I don't believe Musashi ever really got sent to court.
Okay, yeah. So that was an alternate history thing in
Yeah,
in
that was purely a
this
Shimosa thing.
Musashi's world. Okay, cool, fine.
Yeah.
I completely misread their exchange earlier, and I was I wanted to make sure I wasn't just stupid.
Yeah, this is a not proper human history.
Sure, that's
Munenori.
fine. Like whatever. Alternate universes are fun, or alternate histories are fun.
I mean, technically, this is what we're in as well. This is not proper human history at
Right.
all. This is not the path that Miyamoto Iori took in his life.
伊織殿、貴殿の剣の奥に潜むものを。
There's one thing that a lot of people sort of talk about, and it's the identity of the swordsman that saves Iori when he's a child. And there's a lot of people who posit that it was perhaps Munenori because he has a similar nose. But I'm not entirely sure myself. They never say it, but there are a lot of implications, particularly when he talks about the moon and things when he refers to Munenori. But that just could be how Iori processes things like that.
Hey man, like it fits Iori's story better for it to have just been some random guy, because that explains and gives a good reason as to why Iori has fought so hard to maintain such an iron grip on himself, when he really would prefer to just be out there in chaos, causing chaos, even just to get in there and have good fights.
総帥Yagyu-no-Munenori、その儚き命、桜花のごとく散らしてくれる。暇せい、伊織殿。鬼の層、ためらうことなく突き立て。
I do like their choice of Iori's theme song for this fight.
おう。集い集った火花の4匹、いずれも狂える鬼。
There it is.
この巡り合わせに幾万の感謝。
R1 too many times there, buddy.
いざ我らの剣の先にこそ生死の果てがあらん。
Man, even this inflated on levels, Munenori hits like a truck.
Yep, he sure does.
聞こえてないかもだけど、やっぱりそういう顔しちゃうんだね。覚悟。
Appreciate how he suddenly gained like an assload of damage resistance there.
秘伝の酒剣より直に伝わる。だが足りぬ、まるで足りぬ。 第五至らぬ未熟な我が霊気さえ切れまいぞ。
言われずとも
切る。
身が白道。
Ah!
資産
Was that follow-up your input or scripted?
Oh, that was scripted. No,
Alright.
No, that was my input. Sorry. That was my
Okay. It was appropriately timed.
I think Munenori actually took a swing when he did his big it was either that or like Toshiyoshi took a swing off to the side.
よな。
さすがね。あの時のあなたとはまた違っていたけれど、とびっきりに冴えた剣だった。勝負を分けたものがあるなら、それはきっと運だったりして。
なるほど。ならば致し方なし。武蔵との勝負には幕を引かざるを得まい。だがここには他に鬼がいた。写しを去るには少しばかり早かろ
う。Looked like an FF10 thing where it's just sort of like you got the crap kicked out of you, but just because you absolutely refuse to die, you're just like nah, death refusal, no.
I did kind of like that about Final Fantasy X, that you could just be too mad to die. It's like, dude, we gotta send you. You died. Hell no.
No,
I'm okay.
It didn't count. Okay, it's just like I almost literally the I don't have time to die. I'm too busy thing. There's a line uttered by one of the bigger antagonists inside the Imperium in Warhammer 40k. You know, right before a Sister of Battle just beheaded him.
Yo, Iori-san.
Well, we do have some loose ends to wrap up first. So the first is the whole being accused of murder thing. Please ignore the occultist work to the right.
Don't worry about it.
I think Sukanoshin's the kind of person who'd be like, and I'm not looking at that because that sounds like work.
Just like there, that is 5 pounds of nope in a 3-pound bag right there.
やっとか。しかし、助之進、どう計らった？誠の
Fair question to ask, honestly.
というわけではないだろ
ああ、さすがに俺じゃないぜ。お奉行の計らいというかなんというか。
What exactly does that mean?
曰く辻斬りの噂は全て偽り。
What? What? Okay.
If I had to venture at a guess, this does sound like the Tsuchimikado got involved, but
Yeah,
that's over
okay.
Sukanoshin's head.
That's a more rational explanation than anything Sukanoshin was. Oh yeah, been covered up, right?
They've likely told him it was a ghost.
まあ死に
Sukanoshin's seen monsters, so, you know.
Gonna be speaking out anytime soon.
Yeah, and there you go.
Brother, we literally just had a case where ghosts came back from the dead because they were pissed. Like,
祭りごとだな。
I wouldn't mind a scenario where it's you just have to fight like a mess of corrupt officials who are just like, God damn it, I died.
よりが追われずに済むならば。
all I wanted was a little bit of extra money for being a
う。
jackass.
眠れそうだ。
Amusingly, Fate Grand Order did a similar thing with some of the, like a combination monstrous spirit composed of several of the villains of the story of the Water Margin.
よく
Oh
言う。
lord.
君、格之進に手を貸して
It was kind of funny.
手厳しいこった。
He was literally ordered to, Saber.
一応言っておかねばな。
それじゃ俺は行くぜ。稼ぎたくなったらいつでも頼ってくんな。
まったく、柳生のやつめ。当世のものでなき影奉仕なれば、当世の罪人として咎められるのは道理だが。
You beat the crap out of him. What more justice do you
咎められ
want?
ぬまま去られるというのも、なんだかすっきりせぬ。
なあ、だが
Yeah, let me know when you can make a jail to hold a heroic spirit.
Right, exactly. Like, hey, Saber, let me put you in a cage and see how long that
忘れて
lasts.
しまおう。いおりも。
You need some sort of magical cage, and thus far every attempt to confine people with magical cages has usually had some extremely easy to open flaw, so as long as you have like more than one person.
Breakfast time.
朝げだ。
Haha! Nailed it.
米が炊けている頃だろう。ワクワク。
わかったわかった。
Now things are back to where they need to be, with absolutely nothing else to trouble us as a loose end.
よし、一仕事終わりった。さて、それじゃあそろそろ向かうかね。
Okay, maybe one loose end.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we were just talking about somebody who was too stubborn to die.
というわけだ。よりどの馴染みの水茶屋など教えてくれぬか。
And that's the story of how I got here.
ちなみに拙者の一押しは昼に助之進殿と赴いた上野の
待て待て待て待て。
宗則殿、貴殿、なぜ
Just
生
did
きて
a
いる？
death refusal.
俺の記憶が確かであれば、昨夜の試合で当世を去ったはずでは。
いかにもしかり。二天一流指定の刃、確かに我が霊格を削るほどに鋭かった。まさに風前の灯火のごとく、我が身は書き消えるのを待つのみであった。だがな、どうにも惜しいと思えた。
ふむ。
Because I said so.
いや、さすがに拙者が語っては野暮というもの。
何を言っている？
You'll just get a headache if you think
ともあ
about
れ
it too
見て
hard.
の通りだ。拙者の霊気は消えることなくとどまった。故に拙者はここにある。永月の儀が終わりを迎えるその時までは。
義の終わりを待たずともよいぞ、柳生よ。すぐに私が切り捨てる。
Already tried that once.
待てセイバー。
It's like, oh no.
You're gonna do it again, aren't you? You're gonna talk.
尋ねたい。
Saber's so mad about
つ
talking.
もりはあるのか。
ない。もはや辻斬りにかける思いはない。我が思い、我が推挙、すでに果たされたがゆえに。
そうか。では東西の民を切るつもりは。
ない。よしは先と同じく。
そうか。わかった。では柳生宗則殿、俺たちに力を貸してはくれまいか。
イオリ？
Don't act shocked. This was way long
ず
in
る
the
なセイ
lineup.
バー。念には念を入れるとも。確かギアースの術式だったか。それを用いて宗則殿と約定を交わす。
ギアス？
前にじいさんから聞いた話では、行動の強制および束縛を行うものだとか。互いの同意さえあればさほど難しい術式ではない。
Yeah, basically, it's a contract.
俺の腕
A
で
very binding one.
約定を破られたところで剣を落とさせ
Anyone
る
who plays Baldur's Gate 2 knows how sad those are.
Yeah, I was sitting here wondering if it was the Red Book or Kukulain who was telling him about that one.
なるほど。約定を破れば剣が落ち、たちまち。
Yeah, when you think about it, what's the one thing a swordsman of the skill of Munenori wouldn't do, right? He wouldn't drop his sword. So that would just mean that he just did something he wasn't supposed to. Or was intending on doing something he wasn't supposed to.
無論辻斬りは許されるべきではない。それは人の
And I sort of mentioned when Munenori was talking about reaching out a hand to people without expecting anything in return, sort of thing. Now, obviously, he was talking about the stories of Jubei and others, you know, the fictitious stories about them. You know, then it was basically this idea of living to justice, etc., etc. But probably the biggest, strongest example that Munenori would probably remember from his amalgam memories, particularly of Shimosa, would be the master of Chaldea, who exactly embodies that. It's like exactly embodies the entire idea of helping somebody, just reaching out a hand to help someone because they are there to help them. It's kind of like that character's, that particular like protagonist's strength in how like servants of all stripes seem to really sort of appreciate them. It's because they do not judge, they do not reject, and even if they do not understand, they do not like deny. So that they can even get like berserkers mostly behaving.
いい調子だ。
Fleeting Edge, which is
Neat.
his really cool sword stroke.
I still don't think it's quite as cool looking as Gates of Babylon, but it's definitely more appropriate to Iori's character.
Yeah. And so that was Yagyu Sword Chronicles. And yeah, like I quite enjoyed that one. That was a lot more in line with how, generally speaking, Fate Samurai Remnant does its story. You know, you do your investigations, there's fights, move to your next region. It's all very familiar. The next one's gonna be a little faster paced with a little less control over it. It's going to be, like I said, a confluence of events causes a massive clusterfuck. And the very, like, Edo is put in danger, like, on a level that, quite frankly, even Shimon would be like, damn, I wish I'd thought of that. So, I've been the Last Robokai.
And I have been Cool Guy.
And we'll see you all next time for some more Fate Samurai Remnant as we dig into the final DLC of the game, Bylong and the Crimson Demon. We'll see you all next time.